Am I audible now? Please confirm. Am I audible now? Am I audible now? Okay. So नहीं, very much audible I said. Okay. So I'm audible. Great. So I'm just sharing the screen. Okay. So screen, I think, is it shareable now? Screen is shareable. Great. So hi, this is Lalit Matolia from WAE. That, yes. Hello. Hello. Is it shareable now? Great. Just a minute. So hi, this is Lalit Matolia from. Wait, wait. Hello. Am I audible now? Okay. So just confirm one more time. Just confirm for one more time. Am I audible now? And screen is visible or not? Please confirm one more time. So I just start the streaming now. Great. So first, I am just giving the introduction of mine. This is Lalit Matolia from Winners Academy of Excellence, having 12 plus years of experience. Okay. So today we are here for the nice session of TCS NQT, which comprises of the following topics. And what are the topics? So we discuss about the looping fundamentals, control statements, arrays, string, and functions. Okay. So whatever you are having some problem during the session, then you can ask. Okay. So if you have any of the doubts during the session, then you can ask. So I'm just sharing the my screen which is having some questions. Okay. So this is related to the looping fundamentals, control statements, arrays, strings, and then functions. Fine. Great. So I'm just sharing the screen. Just wait for 1 minute. Okay. I'm just opening my window here, and we are having number of questions. Okay. In TCS NQT, they are asking 10 questions, and the duration for the time is 15 minutes. So you have to solve 10 questions within the 15 minutes. And all topics we will discuss in the 2 day session. Okay. So I'm just sharing the screen which is having number of questions. Fine. So you can see here. So question number one, what will be the output of the program? Because in TCS NQT 10, just a minute. Okay. first question we are discussing. Okay, first question we are discussing what will be the output of the program. So you can tell what is the output of this program. You can tell what is the output of this program. So we have question number 1. In this question, we have variable A, and A is having the value 500, B is having 100, then variable C. We are just checking the condition because we are having if condition here. So negation of A is greater than equal to 300. Then we have stored the value 300, and after the if condition, we are having C is equals to 200 here. So in this question, we are having number of options. So you have to select which one is the correct answer for this. So according to you, what will be the result? I am just giving 1 minute to solve this question. Okay. So initially what we have 500, B equals to 100. Now we have negation of A is greater than equal to 400 in this question. Okay. And B is equals to 300. And after this if condition, we have C is equals to 200. Now you can write B is equals to percentage D and C equals to percentage D, then B and C. So according to you, what is the output? Just give the quick confirmation so I can tell the output of this also and how this come. Garvit, no response from your side? Okay, no problem at all. So in this question, A is what? A is 500 and B is equals to 100. Now we have to write negation of A. And what is the negation of A? First you have to solve the negation of A. Okay. So 500 is having the non-zero value. 500 is having the non-zero value. So non-zero means condition is true. Now we have written negation of A. So negation of A is what? 0. So 0 is greater than equal to 300. Condition becomes false. Okay. If the condition becomes false, then we didn't set the value of B equals to 300. Fine. So what is the current value of A? A is having 500. Now we have the C's value as 200. And in this case, we want to print the B's current value and C's current value. Now B's current value is what? 100 and C's current value is what? 200. It didn't set the B's value equals to 300. Why it didn't set the B's value 300? Because this condition becomes false. So in this question, we have the option number D as the correct answer. Is this clear to all of you? This one. So I can proceed to the next one. Any doubt in this question? Some are saying option number A. No, it's option number D. It's option number D. It's option number D. B is 100 and C is equals to 200. Yes. B is equals to 100 and C is equals to 300 is the correct answer for this question because this condition becomes false. Why this condition becomes false? Okay, one more time. Why this condition becomes false? I write the comment here. Okay. So negation of A. Negation of A is what? It's 500. Negation of A is what? 500. So negation of 500 is what? That is 0. If I write 0 is greater than equal to 400, that condition becomes false. Okay, that condition becomes false. If I write 0 is greater than equal to 400, then condition becomes false. If this condition, okay, in this condition, the condition become false, then we didn't come into this if else statement. So we didn't save B equals to 300 here. Fine. So this will take the B's current value as 100 and C's current value as 200. So we have the result as option number D. B equals to 100 and C equals to 200. And if the condition becomes true, suppose if I remove the negation sign from here, then what will be the condition? Then at that time, we have the condition as 500 is greater than equal to 400. If this condition is true, then we have to set the value of B equals to 300. At that time, we are having the B equals to 300 and C equals to 200. Yes. So in this question number 1, we have put here negation sign only. Okay. If we have the negation sign, then we have to solve the negation sign first. Then after you have to compare the value. So question number 1 is having option number D. So I mark here as answer as option number D for question number 1. Great. Now we are just moving to the question number 2nd. So for question number 2nd, what is the result? So I'm just iterating this concept. Okay. In this question, what we have the unsigned. Unsigned int I is equals to 65535. That is the range of your unsigned integer for the 2 byte. That is the maximum range 65535. Okay. So I start I not equal to 0. 65535 is not equal to 0. The condition becomes true. Okay. So if I increment the value of 65535 with plus 1, then it becomes 65536. And what is the value of 65536 here? That becomes 0 here. Why that becomes 0? Because the range for your integer variable for 2 byte integer is of 0 to 65535. So in this question, we store the maximum range of integer as 65535. So 65535 is the I variable. So 65535 not equal to 0. Yes, this condition is true. So it will print something here. Fine. Then after you are having increment operation. Okay. So again it will check the condition. Condition will get updated. Okay. So in this question number 2, what is the output? We have option number A. In this case, we have the option number A as the output. This is the infinite loop. This is the infinite loop. So correct answer for this question is infinite loop. Option number A for question number 2. Why this infinite? Because 65535 not equal to 0. So this becomes infinite. So every time this is 65535. Fine. So this question is having the option number A slow hai. This is having option number A as the correct answer. Okay. So can I move to the next part? For question number 3. For question number 3, what we have, initially we have A is equals to 0, B is equals to 1. Okay, I just slow down that one. A is equals to 0, B is equals to 1, and C is equals to 3. We have 3 variables. A is equals to 0, B equals to 1, and C equals to 3. Now in this case, first we have the ternary operator here. Ternary means it is the conditional operator. It is the conditional operator. So conditional operator, what it does, if this condition is true, then first part gets executed. If this condition is false, then second part gets executed. Okay. So I'm just solving this expression here. So if I solve this expression, then what we have to write? Initially you can write star here, bracket A. What is the value of A? A is 0. And in the case of 0, the condition become false. So if the condition become false, then the second parts get executed, that is address of A. And what is the address of A? That doesn't mean. What is the address of that doesn't mean. You can just write address of A here. Because if you solve this expression, A's value is what? 0. If the A's value is 0, then second statements get executed. Address of A. Because in the conditional operator, if the condition is true, then first part gets executed. If the condition is false, then second part gets executed. Now in this scenario, we have written A is equals to 0. So 0 means condition false. 0 means condition false. So address of A gets executed here. So if I write star, then address of A is equals to A, then question mark, then B colon sign C. So if I solve this, star and address gets cancelled out. Address is the referential operator and star is the dereferential operator. So referential and dereferential operator gets cancelled out. Okay. So we have the expression as A is equals to A, then question mark, B colon sign C. So what is the value of A? A is 0. What is the value of A? A is 0. So here you can write 0. If the 0, then you have to solve the value of C here. Okay. So you can place the value of C in the variable A. So finally you get the result for this expression as A equals to C. If I solve. So what is A equals to C? So what is the current value of C? That is 3, and this new value of A also becomes 3, because we have written the expression is equals to A equals to C. So according to that, if I have A equals to C, then what will be the final answer for question number 3? So for question number 3, we have the final answer as option number option number C. So C is the correct answer for this question. Yes or no? Because we have written A. A is what? A is 0. If this is 0, 0 is condition false. So condition false means you have to solve address of A. So I write address of A in the bracket. So star and address get cancelled out. Why star and address gets cancelled out? Because address is the referential operator and star is the dereferential operator. So I write A is equals to, then this expression same. So A question mark B colon sign C. So what is the current value of A? Current value of A is 0. So if 0, 0 means condition false. So second statement get executed, that is C. So you can store the C's value into the variable A. So this expression becomes A is equals to C. If this A equals to C, then which option is correct? Then third option is correct, because C's current value is 3. So 3 is C, and then this A is also C. Great. So option number C is the correct answer for this question. Now we are moving for question number 4. For question number 4, what is the answer of your side? I am just telling also. So we have some option here. Option number A, option number B, option number C, option number D. So in this question, what we have written? In this question, we have integer I is equals to 3. That is your local variable. So what is the local variable? Local variables are those variables which are defined in the main function. So we written I is equals to 3 here. So in the case statement, I pass 3. So in the 3, we have the continue statement. Okay, we have the continue statement. And in default case, we have the printf by, then second case we have hi, and then in first case we have hello. So but in this case continue is there, so directly continue you can't use in the switch statement. Okay, for the continue statement you have to use the loops statement. Okay, if there is no loop, then the continue will give some error. Okay, in the switch case statement. So what is the error? It will show the error as misplaced continue. Misplaced continue. Why we are not using this continue in the switch directly? Because the continue will take the loop statement outside of the switch statement. If you are directly writing the continue inside the switch statement, then it will give error. Okay, then it will give error. And what is the error? It is the misplaced continue. Error is what? It is the misplaced continue. But if you are using the loop outside of the switch statement, then this program gets executed. Fine. So in this question, we have the answer as option number A for question number 4. So I am just writing here the correct answer for this question is option number A. Option number A. Are you fine? So I am just moving for question number 5. For question number 4, is this clear? Just give the quick confirmation. Okay. So for question number 5, we have the statement here, and we are having the options also. So in question number 5, what we have two local variables. One is x equals to 10 and y is equals to 20. These are the local variable. Why this is local variable? Because these are written in the main function. And in the if condition, what we have written, negation sign, then negation of x, then address, then x. And if I write the negation sign in the if condition, suppose if I write negation, then negation of x, okay, and then address we write x here. So what is the current value of x? X is 10, okay, and 10 is what? It is the non-zero value. So non-zero means condition is true. If I write 10 here or 20 here, then this is known as non-zero value. So in non-zero value, what we write? We write true, and true is what? 1. So you can solve this expression in the if statement. So if I write negation, then negation of 10. So what we have? Negation of 10 is what? 0. And 0's negation is what? That is 1. 1 and 1, that is true. So if this is true, then what is the result? The x values gets printed. Okay, if this condition is true, then x values get printed. So we have the option C as the correct answer for this question. Yes or no? Because we have written address operator here. So what is the address operator? Address operator works like that: a and then b and y is equals to a double and b. So if I write 0 0, then we get result as 0 0 1, we get the result as 0 1, then 0, we get the result as 0 1, and 1, we get the result as 1. Fine. So when both the input is 1, then result will be 1 in this case. And 10 is non-zero value. For non-zero value, we take as 1. So if I take here as 1, so 1 negation is what? That is 0. And 0's negation is what? That is 1. So if we have this expression as if, then 1, and then what is the value of x? 10, and 10 we write here as 1, because 10 is the non-zero value. So if I have 1 double and 1, then condition becomes true. If this condition becomes true, then we have to print the current value of x. That is option number C. So for this question, we have the correct answer as option number C. Great. Great. So I'm just moving the question number 6. I think is this clear to all of you? Now in question number 6, we have arrays implementation. So in case of array, we start from 0 number index. Okay. So initially we have a of 5 here in question number 6, a of 5. So we have 5, then 1, then 15, then 20, and then 25. So I just draw diagram here and then solve this question. A0, then A1, then A2, then A3, then A4. We have the 5 size for the array, and array indexing starts from 0th number. Okay, array indexing starts from in previous question. Garvit, in previous question. Garvit, in previous question. Just I am just repeating question number 6, and then after we can come to the question number 5. Okay. So in question number 6, what we have? We have the 5 here. 5 is what? That is the size for your array. And we have some values here: 5, 1, 15, then 20, and then 25. So I can store a of 0 as 5, then 1, then 15 here, then 20 here, then 25. Okay. So A0 is having 5, A1 is having 1, A2 is having 15, A3 is having 20, and A4 is having 25. Now in the statement of I is equals to plus A1. So if I write I is equals to plus A1, that means you have to write A of 1 is equals to A of 1 plus 1. Okay. And what is the value of A of 1? A of 1 is having value 1. So you can write 1, then plus 1, that becomes 2. Okay. So in this statement, what we have changed here, in this statement, what we have changed here, we have A of 1. A of 1 is what? Yes, Garvit, that is 10 in the previous question. Okay. So A of 1 is what? A of 1 becomes 2 here. Okay. So I is what? I is also 2 in the first statement. Okay. How you can solve this statement? I is equals to plus A1. So plus A1 is what? Plus A1 is what? A1 is equals to A1 plus 1. So what is the current value of A1? That is 1. So 1 plus 1 is what? That is 2. Okay. So we have stored A of 1 with the value 2. So now A's 1's value becomes 2 here. And then after you have to store the incremented value in the variable I. So I also becomes 2 here. Fine. Now we have to solve the next statement. J is equals to A of 1, then plus. Now in this case, first we have to store the A of 1's value into a J variable, and then after you can increment A of 1 value by 1. So A of 1 plus 1. Now what is the J? In this case, J is what? J is current value of A1, that is 2, and A1 gets incremented. So A1's current value becomes 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. So A1's current value is what? 3. Okay. And J's current value is what? That is 2. Fine. Now in the M case, if I write M here, then M is equals to A of I n plus. That is the statement. So you can solve this as m is equals to a of I what, a of 2, i's current value is what, 2. So you can write m is equals to a of 2, that is 15 here. Okay, and you can increment I by 1, so I becomes 3 here. I becomes 3 here because we have used the postfix operation here, I plus plus. So final answer for this question is 3, and j's current value is 2, and finally we have m's value is 15. So correct answer for this question is what? We have option number C for this question. Is this clear? Garvit, question number 6, option number C. We have solved step by step here. Fine. And the doubt for the Garvit, output should be 10, right sir? Yes. For previous question, output is 10. Output is 10 for previous question. Option number C. Fine. Now for question number 6, we have option number C also. Great. Now for question number 7, what is the answer? Okay, for question number 7, we have the function here. In question number 7, we have the function, and we have declared the prototype here. That is the function prototype. And what is the function prototype? Function prototype tells what is the name of the function. So what is the name of the function here? Fun. What is the return type of function? That is void. And we take two arguments here. One is the integer argument, one is the integer array argument. So we have passed two arguments from the function fun. So that is known as prototype declaration. Okay. So for prototype declaration, what we have to write for prototype declaration? What are the conditions? So I just mentioned here. The condition for the prototype declaration is what is the name of the function? Name of the function. What is the return type of the function? What is the return type of the function? And what is the argument of the function, or what are the arguments of the function? Question is not visible. I just check. Okay. Now is this visible? Question number 7. Now is this visible? Okay. Now is this visible? Just give the quick confirmation. Okay. Is this visible now? Is this visible now? Okay, great. So in question number 7, what we have the function prototype here. First we have declared the function prototype. Okay. So in function prototype, what the condition is, so I just comment here. So multi-line comment you can put here. So what is the condition? We have the name of the function. What is the name of the function? What are the return type of the function? And how many argument it will take? That is known as function prototype. So we have written this as the function prototype. And in the second statement, what we have written one array here. So ARR of array type, that is 1, then 2, and then 3, and then 4. Okay. So I have the loop counter variable as I. So I pass the function with value 4 and then ARR. So what is the 4? 4 is the size of an array. 4 is the size of an array. And ARR is what? That is the base address of an array. If you pass the array name from the function, that is known as base address of an array. And you have to pass the array size also. Okay. So when you call the function, then it will goes to the definition part. So we have the definition part here. Okay. So if I draw the diagram here, and then we can solve this question. Okay. So what is the output? I'm just solving here also. ARR of 0, then ARR of 1, then ARR of 2, then ARR of 3. We have 4 elements here. So initially, what is the value? 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. That is the value. And in function, what we have passed? We have passed the size of an array and then array name, array's base address. Let's suppose I take the base address of 1000, the next address is 1002, next address is 1004. If I take the 16-bit compiler, next address is 1006. So in the function, we pass 4 here, and then base address is 1000. Okay. So if I call the function, then it move to the function definition part here. And in the n variable, we have collect the value 4. And in array, we just collect the base address. Fine. So we have declared one pointer type variable here, int pointer p equals to 0, and I start the loop counter variable with 0. So initially what will happen? In the loop, we check the condition 0 is less than n. 0 is less than n. Yes, condition is true. If this condition is true, then you have to increment by 1. So if I increment by 1, then ARR of 1 we can store in the variable p. Address of ARR of 1 we can store in the variable p. Now I becomes 1 and 1 is less than n. Yes, condition is true. If this condition is true, then we have the incremented value, that is 2. So you can store the address of ARR of 2 in the variable p, and then after again I becomes 2 here, so 2 is less than n, that is 4. 2 is less than 4, that is condition true. So after that I becomes 3 here, so you can store address of ARR of 3 in the variable p. Now we have the variables value as 3. 3 is less than 4, yes, condition is true. Now this values gets incremented, so we have address of ARR of 4. Okay, so ARR of 4 is having the value as 0. Why this is 0? Because we have 4 is less than 4. 4 is less than 4, the condition becomes false. Okay, 4 is less than 4, condition become false. But the p is pointing to which address? ARR4 address it is pointing, so that is 1008, let's suppose. Okay, so ARR4 is what? That is the address we are pointing with the p. Why we are pointing p as 1008? Because it gets incremented. If I check i's value as 0, then it is storing the address of a1 in the variable p. If I have I equals to 1, then it is storing address of 2. So when I reach 3, so 3 is less than 4, is condition is true, then it is picking the address of 4, ARR of 4. So p is holding the address of 4 here, and now in the address of a4 we have stored the 0 here by using this code. Fine. So this code will write the ARR of 4 as 0 here. ARR 4 as 0 here. Yes. So if I write ARR 4 as 0, and then after it moves to this main block, because what is the main working of the function? Function when call, it goes to the function definition. Suppose we have the function calling part here. When you have the calling part, then we can move to the definition part. After calculating all the while loop condition, then it again move to the function calling part, and after calling we have one for loop. Then you have to print the values from 0 to 4. If I write values from 0 to 4, then what we have? We have 1 2 3 4 only. Okay, so correct answer for this question is what? Option number B. For question this, we have the option number B, because we have stored ARR of 4's value as 0. We didn't change the value in index ARR of 0, ARR of 1, ARR of 2, ARR of 3. We are just changing the ARR of 4 address value. Okay, that is 0. But what we are printing in the for loop? We are printing from 0 to 4, and ARR of 0, ARR of 1, ARR of 2, ARR of 3's value we can printing. So we have ARR of 0 as 1, 2, 3 and then 4. So we get the result as 1, 2, 3 and 4. सेवंथ कुछ नहीं समझ आया सर? I am just telling again, okay, Garvit, I am just telling again this question, okay. What we have passed here, we have passed two parameters from the function. Garvit, just see here. We have passed, okay, I'm just telling, okay. Initially we have array which is having the value 1, 2, 3 and 4, and in the function we pass 4 as the size of an array, and ARR is what? That is the base address. And what is the base address? That is the starting address for an array, that is 1000. Okay, so I check 1000 here, so 1000 address get stored in this array, and n is having the value 4. Okay, so I start from the loop counter variable as 0, so I write here the condition as 0 is less than 4. Yes, condition is true. Now what we have to store in the p? We have to increment by 1. So when you check the condition 0 is less than 4, then p is holding the address of ARR of 1. Okay, now if I have I is equals to 1 less than 4, then what p holds? P holds the ARR of 2. Okay, because we have the post increment here, now if I have 2 is less than 4, then what we have, p is equals to address of ARR of 3. Okay, and if I write 3 is less than 4, then we have p is equals to address of ARR of 4. So if the condition is true, then we are manipulating the addresses right now in the variable. And if 4 is less than 4, then condition become false. So if the condition become false, then it comes out of the loop. And if this comes out of the loop, then we have to store the star of p equals to 0. And what is the p? P is holding the address of ARR of 4. And ARR of 4, what we have to store? We have to store 0 here. So this code only write the value 0 at the ARR4 address. Garvit, this code will write the 0 at the address of ARR4 only. But in the main block, what we have print, we are just printing from 0 to 4. Okay, we are printing from 0 to 4. And what is the value of 0 to 4? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We are not changing the index values of 0, 1 and 2 and then 3. We are just moving to the one more index. Okay, so ARR4 we have 0. But if I print till the 5, then we have the result as 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 0. So finally we have the answer for this question is option number B, 1, 2, 3 and then 4. Is this clear to all of you now? Great. Now for question number 8. Question number 8 is the easy question. Okay. In this question number 8, we have float array. And float array is having the 4 values here. We have 4 values here. 12.4, 2.3, 4.5 and 6.7. Okay. Now we have to find the size of array and size of ARR of 0. If you want to find the size of this whole array, then it is what? If I write size of ARR, that is what? It is 20. Why 20? Because float size is what? Because float takes 4 bytes. So what is the size of ARR? Whole array? 5 multiplied by, sorry, not 20, it is 16. Not 20, it is 16 because we have the 4 elements over here. Okay, so we have the size of ARR is what? 16. 4 arrays element multiplied by 4 bytes, we have the 16 here. And what is the size of ARR of 0? ARR of 0 is the single element here. ARR of 0 is what? Single element, and single element size is what? 4. So what we have to do? We have to write size of ARR divided by size of ARR of 0. So if I write size of ARR divided by size of ARR of 0, then 16 divided by 4, we have the result as 4. So answer number B is the correct answer for this question. Correct answer for this question is answer number B. Fine, great. This is correct answer, option number B. So we have 4 elements here, and 4 elements total size is 16. So we have written overall array size as 16, and individual element size is 4. So if I write 16 divided by 4, we get the result as 4. So 4 is the answer. Option number B is the correct answer for question number 8. Now we have the question number 9. And in this question number 9, we have given some values here. Okay. Initially, what we have, array begins at index number 0. And what is the memory location? This is 1200. 1200 is the memory location. So if I start the array from 0th number index, you can write ARR of 1, then ARR of 2, then ARR of 3, and ARR of 4. These are the index values. And you can put the values here 2, 3, then 4, then 1, then 6. And this is of 2 bytes long. Okay, I just consider this as 2 bytes long. Integer takes 2 bytes. Okay, so if integer takes 2 bytes, then what is the starting value or base address? That is 1200. That is also mentioned in the question. Okay, 1200 is mentioned in the question. So 1200 is the base address. So next address become 1202. Next address become 1204. Next address become 1206. Next address become 1208. These are the addresses because we are moving by 2 byte. Okay, addresses gets incremented by 2 byte in the 16 bits compiler. If I take the 16 bits compiler, 16 bits compiler, if I take 32-bit compiler, then this will be incremented by the 4. Okay, so if I write ARR, that is the base address, means 1200. If I write address of ARR 0, that is also 1200. Address of ARR 0 is also 1200. Now we have written address of ARR also, that is also 1200. So in question number 9, option number B is the correct answer, because we are writing ARR, address of ARR 0, address of ARR. Okay. So in this case, ARR is the same, that is known as base address of an array, base address of an array, and that is what 1200. If I write address of ARR of 0, that is also base address of an array, that is also 1200. If I write address of ARR, that is also base address of an array, that is 1200. But in this question, if I write ARR plus 1, same question, if I write ARR plus 1, then what is the address? If I write ARR plus 1, then what is the address? That is 1202. Okay. And if I write address of ARR plus 1, then this becomes the address of ARR of 5. Because this is the name, na Garvit, this is the name. Compiler returns the address. Okay, this is defined by the compiler. Garvit, this is defined by the compiler. Compiler return the address. Okay, but in this question we have 1200 mentioned. Okay, if you have the 1200 as the mention, then you can ask some question here. Okay, this address will written by the compiler. Garvit Podar, this address gets written by the compiler only. But in the question, this is mentioned, so we have to solve according to that. Fine. So if I write ARR plus 1, ARR plus 1 means we have to move to the next address. Okay, so 1200 plus 1, it moves to the 1202. If I write ARR plus 2, okay, ARR plus 1 is what? 1202. If I write ARR plus 2 here, that becomes 1204. If I write ARR plus 3 here, then it becomes 1206. If I write ARR plus 4 here, then it becomes 1208. Okay, this way you can move. But what is the address of ARR? Address of ARR will holding the wall block. Okay, and if I increment by 1, it moves to the 1210. It moves to the 1210. If I print address of ARR plus 1, then it moves to the 1210. Okay, we have to skip the 10 bytes. Why we are skipping the 10 bytes? Because the array is of 5 size. Okay, so if I write address of ARR plus 1, then it directly move to the 12,010. If I write address of ARR plus 2, then it moves to the 12,020, because we have to skip 10 bytes. Why 10 bytes? Because we are having the array size as 5. Okay, so if I write ARR, that is 1200. If I write address of ARR of 0, that is also 1200. If I write address of ARR, that is also 1200. But if I write ARR plus 1, then it is moving to the next address. If I write ARR plus 2, that is moving to the 12,004. 12,000 not 1204. ARR plus 3, that is 1206. ARR plus 4, that is 1208. And if I write address of ARR plus 1, that is moving to the beyond the array, that is 1210. Okay, so this way you can calculate. So for this question, we have the correct answer as option number B. Fine. Now for question number 10. For question number 10, we have the string related question. Okay, so for this we have to include the header file has include string.h. Now in this case, we have written one character array str of 1, that is 20, and in character array we have stored hello here. In str220 we have stored word here. Now what is the strcat? Strcat is a function, string related function. This is used to concatenate two string str1 and str2. So what is the str1? That is hello. And what is the str2? That is word. So it will concatenate these two string. We have hello word here. Okay, now hello word gets copied into the str2. So finally what we have? We have the hello word. Yes or no? So for question number 10, correct answer is hello word. Option number C is the correct answer. Fine. Because strcat function is concatenating the two string, and after concatenating the two string, this is your source string, and source string gets copied into the target string. Target string is what? str2. Str2 is the target string, and strcat is the source string. So strcat will concatenate these two string hello world, and after that it will copy into the str2. Okay, so we can print the str2 directly. So it will print hello world as the answer for question number 10. Fine. Now for question number 11. For question number 11, what we have? We have the print statement here. And in print statement, what we have written? Okay, in print statement, what we have written? 5 plus good morning. 5 plus good morning. So we can rewrite this program also in this manner. Okay, we can write character str of array type, and in this we write good morning here, and then backslash new line. Same program we can rewrite here like that, printf percentage s comma str plus 5. So str plus 5 is what? We have to increment 5 byte. Okay, so G is 0, 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. So we have to skip these 5. Okay, so we have to skip these 5 characters, and after that your pointer is pointing to the M. So it will print till the end whenever you are having the new line character. Okay, so this program will print the morning as the output. So for this question, we have the correct answer as option number D. Why option number D? Because we have written 5 plus then good morning. As in the previous question, if I write ARR plus 1, that is what? We are moving to the next address. So similar way, if you are having the character array, then you are moving 1 byte in the next step. Okay. So you are writing str plus 5. So str plus 5 is what? Array starts from 0 number index. So 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Total 5 characters you have to skip. And then we have to print from morning till null character. You have to print from M to till null character encounter. So this program will give the output as morning as the correct answer for question number D. So question number 11 answer is option number D. So this question you can rewrite also this way. Okay, you can rewrite this question this way also. Now suppose if I asking one question here, if I write character st1 is one array, that is what we are writing India here. Okay, and character st2 we write array, that is again India, right? Okay, now I check if st1 equal st2, then printf, then hello. Okay, I write equal here, and if it is not, then we can write else, printf not equal. So according to you, what is the result for this? Character st1 we have India, character st2 we have India. Now we are comparing the in the if condition, if st1 equal st2, if st1 equal st2, then it will print unequal or not equal. It will print not equal here because the strings addresses can't be same. String addresses can't be same. Two string addresses can't be same. It will print not equal here. Okay, but same question if I copy and paste here, if I copy and paste, and then I put here as a star operator. Star is what? We are printing the value at that address. So what is the correct value? I. I is the current value for star of st1, and star of st2 is also having the I as the current value. So if I write star of st1 and star of st2, then I equal I. Yes, this is true. So if this is true, then we can print the equal sign. Okay, then we can print the equal. So in the previous case, we have not equal, and in this case, we have the equal as the result. Is this clear to all of you? Give the quick confirmation so I can move to the next part. Okay. So for question number 12, what we have one function here. We have one function here, and what we have written, this statement is the prototype of the function. This statement is the prototype of the function. After that, we can call the function. Okay. strcmp is used for comparing. Okay, you can use the function strcmp for comparing the words. Okay, and if you want to check individual character, then you can use the loops counter, and after that you can check individual characters also. If you want to check the full words, then you have to use strcmp. Okay, Garvit. If you want to copy, then you are using the strcat. Okay, I just tell what is the strcmp. Strcmp is used for comparing two string. Strcmp is used for comparing two string. Okay, if you are comparing s1 equal s2, if both the string is true, then it will return 0. If s1 string is less than s2 string, then it will return -1. And if s1 string is greater than s2 string, then it will return +1. Okay, so this is the strcmp function. This is used to compare the string. Fine. Now in this question we are just moving. This is the calling part. Fun or semicolon is what? That is the function calling part. So if you call the function, then it is moving to the function definition part. Fine. So in the function definition part, what we are writing, get chr. Get chr is what? This is used to get the characters. This is used to get the characters from the console. And what we are picking, we are just picking the A, B, and C as the input. So we are just recursively calling the function. Okay. So if you are recursively calling the same function, then we have to use the stack here. Okay. So initially A get store, and then at the top of A we get store B, and at the top of B we get store C here. Okay. So A, B, and C are the values, and we can use the recursive function. If I use the recursive function, then this is the stack rule. Okay, and how the stack rule gets executed, we have the bottom, and means at the top of stack you can place the A, and then after B then C. So A, B, and C gets stored in the stack. Now after coming from this loop, we have the value of C. So C gets printed into the reverse order. Okay, so while entering we are just putting at the top, and while removing we are just moving from top to bottom. Okay, so for this case we have the correct answer as option number D. For this question, what is the correct answer? That is option number D. Fine, because this is the example of the recursive function. And what is the recursive function? Recursive function are those functions which call itself number of time till the condition is true. If the condition is false, then it comes out of the loop. So while entering, we are just putting the A, B, and C at the top, and after printing, for printing the values, then we can print from top to bottom. Fine. So CBA is the correct answer for this question. Repeat once, sir. Okay, so I'm just sharing the screen for the MS Paint. Okay, so I just show how this works. Okay, so I'm just sharing the screen for the MS Paint also, and then I will show how this works. Fine. So we have the input as ABC. Okay, we have the input as ABC. So I just write the input. So stack is what? It works in the last in first out manner. So if I write A here, so A gets stored here. Now B gets stored at the top of A, and C gets stored at the top of B. Now when I print the values, then it will first print the C, then after it will print B, and then after it will print A, because we are just popping. Okay, so while inserting it is moving from bottom to top, but while printing it is moving from top to bottom. This way you can solve your expression. Yes, so I am again opening my notepad screen. Is this clear to all of you? Aman Gupta, now is this clear? Great. So in this case, if I use the get chr method, it will pick the single by single character, and recursive function uses the stack rule. And stack is what? It is storing the element at the top of the index. So after storing the element at the top of the index, we have the top element as C, and next to top element we have B, and next to next top element we have A. So we can print CBA as the output. Okay. So option number D is the correct answer for this question. Great. Now for question number 13, what we have? We have the number of strings here. We have the number of strings here. The strings name is Suresh, Siva, Sona, Baiju, and Ritu. Okay, and array starts from 0th number index. This is the corrected pointer to an array. Okay, pointer to an array concept. And pointer to an array is what? It will use to store the number of string. It is used to store the number of string. So I am just storing the number of string this way. Fine. So names of 0 is having value Suresh. Now I just mention here names of 0 is having value Suresh. Okay, array starts from 0th number index, so names of 0 is having value Suresh. Names of 1 is having value Siva, so you can write Siva here. Names of 2, if I write names of 2, then what is the value? We have Sona here, SONA. And names of 3 is what? We have Baiju. And names of 4, what we have? Names of 4, we have Ritu here. So in this code, what we have done? We are just swapping the index number 3 and index number 4. In this case, we are just swapping the index number 3 and index number 4 here. Fine. So if I write index number 3 as Baiju and index number 4 as Ritu. So these two strings get swapped. So Ritu comes first and Baiju gets the value as index number 4. Fine. So which one is the correct answer for this? If I exchange these two strings, then you can check Ritu comes first, Baiju goes last. So option number B is the correct answer for this question. Question number 13, option number B is the correct answer. Okay. So this is the swapping of the string. So for this question, option number B is the correct. Okay. Why this B is correct? Because we are using the swapping rule here. And what is this concept? This is the pointer to an array concept. Pointer to an array is what? It is used to store the number of string. So for number of string, you can use character pointer of names of size you are not assigning. So it will have the 5 strings here. So this question is having the option number B. Now for question number 14. For question number 14, what we have? In question number 14, we have used the strlen function. Strlen is what? This is basically used to find the length of the string. So hello is the string and then negation sign is also there. So we have the total length for this string is what? Total length of this string is what? Str length, if I write HELLO and then negation sign in the inverted comma. So we have the total length is 6 character. Okay, so 6 is the length. And we return star then S plus str of length. So 6. So if I write the str as 0, okay, S0, then S1, then S2, and then S3, and then S4. This way you can store your string S5 and then S6. So it starts from H, E, L, L, and then O, and then negation sign, and last will be the null character. Every string must terminate with the null character. So we have write H, E, L, L, O, negation sign, and then null character also. So if I take the address for this question as 1000, so next address will be 1001, then 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. These are the addresses. Fine. So if I write the name of the array, so what is that? That is the base address. So you can write star of 1000. 1000 plus 6 is what? We get star of 1006. Okay, star of 1006. And what is the value of 1006? We have the null character. So if I write star of 1006, we have the null character. Okay. And what is the null character's integer value? Null character's integer value is defined by using this constant as null 0 in the stdio.h header file. So null characters having the integer value as 0. So for this, we have the option number B as the correct answer. So correct answer for this question is option number B. Why option number B? Because if you want to find the string length of hello, then we have the 6 character. Okay. So if I write S plus 6, we have started the address from 1000. 13 questions, one more. Okay, just I checked. Okay, so 1000 plus 6 is what? That is 1006. And what is the current value of 1006? We have the null character, and null character's integer value is what? That is 0. Okay, so option number B is the correct for this question. So Garvit is saying, oh, question number 13 we have to solve. Okay, Garvit, here you can see in question number 13 we have the array of strings. So Suresh gets stored at index number 0, Shiva gets stored at index number 1, Sona gets stored at index number 2, Baiju gets stored in index number 3, and then Ritu gets stored at index number 4. Now we have the character pointer T. Okay, character pointer T is what? It is used to store the string. So we are storing the names of 3 here. Names of 3 is what? Baiju. Names of 3 पे आपको names of 4 store करना है. So we have names of 3 is what? Names of 4. That is Ritu. So we store the Ritu at names of 3 and Beju get stored at the names of 4. So this is the swapping rule. Garvit. So when you print from 0 to 4, then we get the result as 0 is Suresh, 1 is Shiva, 2 is Sona, and here we have the Ritu, here we have the Ritu, and then finally we have the Beju. After swapping, we have the Beju here. After swapping, these are the strings. And before swapping, what are the strings that are mentioned in the question? Okay, is clear or not? We have Beju here and we have Ritu here. RITU. Great. So this is the before string. This is the before swapping. We have these strings. After swapping, we have these strings. Great. Now for question number 15. For question number 15, what we have? For question number 15, you have to find the solution. Okay, so we have size of 3.0 f. If you have the size of 3.0 f, f is the floating, and floating is having the size 4 byte. Floating is having the size 4 byte. So 4. Size of single quote 3. Single quote is the character. Okay, single quote 3 is what? It is the character. Yes, and what is the size of character? Character takes 1 byte or 2 byte. Here it will take 2 byte because we have single quotes 3, that is what? Integer value, and integer size is what? It is integer size is what? It is 2 byte. Yes. So next case will print size of single quote 3, that will print the size of single quote 3 is what? We have 48 as 0, 41 as 1, 42, then 43. So size of 43 is what? That is 2 byte. Because we have to replace the ASCII integer number, that is 43. So we have 2 here. Now what is the size of 3.0? Size of 3.0, that is double. And what is the double size? We have 8. Double size is what? That is 8. Integer size is what? That is 2. That is 2. So finally we have 3.0f as the float. Single quote 3, normally we have character, but this character will replace by the integer value, that is 43. Not 43, not 43, I just replace with as 48 is 0, 49 as 1, and 50 as 2, and 51 as 3. Okay, so you have to write here as 51 here. Okay, and what is 51? 51 is integer, and integer size is 2 byte. If I compile in the 16-bit compiler, it is mentioned in the question that we run in the 16-bit platform. So if you run in the 16-bit platform, then size for the integer is 2 byte. Okay, so this size of single quote 3 will write size of 51, and size of 51 is what? Integer, that will print 2. And size of 3.0 is double, and double takes 8 bytes. So finally we have option number B as the correct answer for this question. Correct answer for question number 15 is option number B. Now for question number 16. Question number 16, again we have the size question. Size of CH. CH is defined as character. Okay, CH is defined as character. So character takes 1 byte. Character takes 1 byte. But size of single quote A, that is integer, it is 2 byte. And size of 3.14f, that is float, and float takes 4 byte. So size of CH will take 1 byte. Size of A is integer, but here in the question it is mentioned in the question it is mentioned it is 4, but if it is not mentioned then we can 2 as for the 16-bit compiler. But in the question that is mentioned, character takes 1 byte, integer takes 4 byte, float takes 4 byte. So this character will take 1 byte here. This size of a is integer take 4 byte, and size of 3.14 is float, again it takes 4 byte. So what is the final answer for this question? 144 is the final answer for question number 16. Correct answer for question number 16 is option number B. Option number B is the correct answer for this question. Fine. How a is integer? Because we are replacing this a is integer. Why this is a is integer? Because if I write single quote a, that is the ASCII value. Okay. So for this rule we have to write 65 to 90. We have capital A to capital Z as the ASCII value. 97 to 122 we have the ASCII value as small a to small z, and 48 to 57 we have the ASCII value as 0 to 9. Okay, so for this rule we are using, okay, if I write size of single quote a, Garvit, if I write size of single quote a, then it becomes 65, and 65 is in integer, and integer takes 4 byte in this question. Okay, and if I write character ch equals to single quote a, then it will print the character size as 1. But if I write size of 3.14f, that is floating number, and floating number will take size 4 byte. Fine. So we get the result as 144 as the output. 144 as the output. This is the final answer for question number 16. Is this okay? Now for question number 17. Question number 17, we have some options here. Okay. Size of A. A is what? That is the size of this particular string. So if I write the size of, then we have to include the null character also. In case of size of, we have to include the null character. But in case of str length, there is no need of the including of the null character size. Okay. So we have total character for the size of 2, then 4, then 6, 1 is space 7, 7 plus 3, 10, and 1 for null character. So we have 11 as the size for the size of A. Now what is the size of B? B is pointer type, and pointer takes 4 bytes in the 32-bit compiler. Pointer takes 4 byte in the 32-bit compiler. So what is the size of B? Size of B is 4 byte. Size of A is what? That is 11. So 11 then 4. Now what is the size of star A? Star A is the single character, that is V. And star of B, that is also the single character, that is capital B. So capital V is having the size 1 byte. So these both statement will take the size as 1 byte. Okay. So 1, 1. And size of A is what? 11. And size of B is what? That is 4. So correct answer is option number C. Fine. For question number 17, we have the correct answer, option number C. For question number 17, we have the correct answer as option number C. Now we take the last question, question number 18 for this session, because time is already over. I am just telling last question, question number 18. So in question number 18, what we have two-dimensional array, 6 and then 30. And what is the 6 and 30? First 6 indicates the size of an array, and 30 is what? That is the size of individual string. If I write 6 of 30, then 6 is the total string, and 30 is what? 30 is the individual size of the individual string. Okay. So what we have to write? Mass of 2. Array starts from 0 index. So this string is mass of 0. This string is mass of 1. This string is mass of 2. So we are selecting this mass of 2. And mass of 2's ninth number character is what? Mass of 2's ninth number character is what? That is, it starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is K. Okay. So ninth number character is what? That is K. So we get the result as K and K as the answer for question number 18. So correct answer for question number 18 is what? That is B. Question number 18, what is the correct answer? That is B. Because we have to print mass of 2. Mass of 2 is what? That is the string number don't walk behind me. Array starts from 0th number index. Mass of 0 is having don't walk in the front of me. Mesh of 1 is having I may not follow. Mesh of 2 is having don't walk behind me. Mesh of 2. So what is the mesh of two's ninth number character? So we have K as the ninth number character. You can count. Okay. So we have K and K as the answer. So Hardeep is saying size of A is equals to 11. Why the size of A is equals to 11? Hardeep, you can see here in this question, total number of character is what? 10. 10 is the total number of character and 1 is for null character. So total number of character plus size of null, that is 11. Okay. Hardeep, size of A is what? 11. Why 11? Because we have to include the null character size also. Total number of character in Visual C++ is what? 10. 10 plus 1 is what? 11. And every pointer is having the size 4 byte in the 32-bit compiler. Okay, every pointer is having the size 4 byte in 32-bit compiler. If I run this program in the 16-bit compiler, then the size of B becomes 2. But here we have mentioned 32 bits. So for 32 bits, size of B is what? That is 4. Hardeep Jat. Is this clear? Is this clear to all of you? Now we have to wrap up this session for today only. Is this clear to all of you? Hardeep, size of A, why is this 11? Because we have the 10 characters and one for null character. So total size is what? 11. Size of B is what? That is pointer, and pointer takes 4 byte for the 32-bit compiler. Is this okay, Hardeep, Garvit? Thank you, Garvit, and all also. Thank you all for this nice session, because this is the informative session for your TCS NQT. I have included questions related to the looping concept, related to array concept, functions, and then strings also. So I have merged all the concept, somewhat tricky questions also there. Fine. So thank you all for this nice session. So I'm just stop sharing. Fine.